Hi and welcome back to my channel. My name is Michaela. I talk about all things motherhood and how to not just survive it, but how to actually enjoy being a mom, especially the early years, the baby and the toddler phase. So in addition to sharing baby and toddler tips, I also talk about creativity, minimalism, faith, all that good stuff. And today I'm here to share about faith and more specifically how I like to pray for my babies and toddlers. I am so thankful to have a faith in God, especially as a mom, because I think so often as moms, there's this temptation to believe everything rides on us, that we need to control every single detail of our children's lives. And thankfully, with God, I know that's not the case. I know that my husband and I aren't the only ones rooting for our kids and wanting to see them live good and healthy lives. I know that God is also looking out for them, and that gives me incredible peace as a mother. But with that said, when I was pregnant for the first time, I got very overwhelmed trying to pray for my baby. I thought of all these things I wanted to pray, and I never felt like I could find enough words or the right words to tell God just what I wanted for this child. I felt like I needed to be praying over her future spouse and her career and every single detail of her life and the friends she would have, and it felt honestly like another way I was trying to control my child's life, because I was looking to pray all the right words and submit all the right things to God so that He would work it all out for her good. In the midst of that overwhelm, I kind of took a step back and I started praying and asking God what the most important thing was, what I really needed to be lifting up to Him. I realized that no matter what I try to teach them or choose for my children, I just want them to be walking with God. I just want them to do their life with Him, and even if that means they make drastically different decisions than I would make for them, or even if their faith looks different than I would have chosen for it to look, I want them to be in close relationship with God. So today I'm sharing 5 things I pray each day over my children. And I hope this list will inspire you as you pray for your own children. Let me know in the comments if there's something you pray each day for your children. So number 1, I pray that my children will know and choose Jesus. Because like I said, as much as I try to think through what the best decisions and details of their lives will be, I have no idea, right? My oldest child is 2. I don't know who she's going to become or what the best decisions for her life will be, but God does. I know I need to release control of their lives and take comfort in the fact that God is looking out for them and for their futures. There's nothing we can do to make them love Him, to make them choose Him, right? And at first that really stressed me out because, of course, I kind of wish I could control their relationship with God. But after I thought about it a little bit longer, it gives me great comfort that that is something I have to leave with them, between them and God, and I can't control that for them. Number 2, I pray that my children will have wisdom. I always think of the story in 1 Kings where God approached Solomon and basically said, ask for anything you want. Solomon could have asked for money or material possessions or victory in certain wars, but instead he asked for wisdom. And as a kid, I remember thinking he should have asked for money or that he should have asked for some kind of material possession. But it's only as I've gotten older that I've realized how important wisdom is. So I always pray that my children will have wisdom, that they will seek out godly wisdom, and that God will place wise people in their lives to learn from. Number 3, I pray for security in their identity in Christ. When I look back at decisions I've made, or more specifically, certain dreams that I've avoided or put off, it's always because of a lack of confidence and doubt in who God made me to be. There are so many times I've caught myself believing lies about my identity and about who I am in Christ, and I don't want that for my children. Even things as simple as starting this YouTube channel, starting a blog, those things took me so long to do. I probably spent at least 10 years contemplating it and wanting to do it, but I didn't have the confidence. I was too afraid of what people thought and too caught up believing the lies of the enemy instead of actually trusting in who God made me to be and the desires He put in my heart. So I pray that my children will have supernatural confidence that can only come from God, and that they will not hold back, that they will have boldness to pursue the desires He puts on their hearts, and especially the ways that He wants to use them to bless others. Number 4, I pray over the people God will put in their lives. So that includes their future spouse, their future friends, even church leaders and people like that, I'm constantly praying that God will put good and godly people in my children's lives. And again, that's something that gives me so much peace as a mom. Remembering that I'm not the only person God is going to use in my children's lives gives me so much peace. Number 5, I pray for myself and I pray for my husband. Will increase our wisdom and help us to make good decisions for our kids, that he will show us what they need and the best ways to introduce each individual child to God as they get older. I also pray that God will bridge the gap between my best efforts as a mom, as a broken human mother, and who my children need. That's actually a prayer that I stole from a fiction book. But praying that prayer reminds me that I don't want a mother on my own strength. The stakes are too high. This is too important to get all proud and try to do it on my own strength. I want God to step in and bridge the gap and continue to grow me in wisdom and in all the qualities I need as a godly mother. So like I said, I hope this list inspires you, and I would love to hear the prayers you like to pray for your children. If you're not currently in the habit of praying for your kids, or you're also feeling very intimidated by the idea of it, I want you to know there's no wrong way to pray for your kids. There's no perfect words that are gonna unlock some magical extra blessings for them, and there's no way to get it wrong as long as you are crying out to God on their behalf. Don't let the enemy shame you into thinking it's too late to start praying for your children or something like that. Now is the perfect time. However old they are, or whether they're even born or conceived yet, this is the perfect time to start submitting your children to God. If you want to stick around here, be sure to hit the subscribe button and feel free to send this to a friend who you think it might bless. Thanks for watching.